Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting video. This is match day vibes. You know the vibes, although this is not match day basically, but this is me coming here to give you my predictions for game week 3. Now game week 2 was so explosive. Like the final game of game week 2 was mad. Newcastle versus Liverpool, that was a game and a game to remember. But now we're getting into match day 3 and I'm going to be giving you my predictions. Now my partner Mary is not here, he's going to come on to give you his predictions some other time, but this is my predictions and I'm bringing it early enough so that you guys will know that yes, these boy get born knowledge. Let's run right into it, right? So the first game for match game 3 is Chelsea versus Fulham. Now Chelsea is having a early kickoff 12:30 game. You know, early kickoff normally is dicey sometimes for some of these big teams. You know, Manchester City lost to Tottenham in an early kickoff, but I don't think same thing is going to happen with Chelsea. I think they're going to come up tops. I see Chelsea beating Fulham 2-0. Yeah, I see Chelsea winning that game. So Chelsea fans in the comment, do you agree with me? Do you think you guys are going to beat them? Now the next game obviously is Sunderland versus Brentford. Now Sunderland, you know, they're actually coming back into the Premier League. They're doing their bits, you know, they are working hard as a team, and you know they signed important players like Xhaka, you know, into the team, and I feel they are built for the Premier League, although they need like one season to prove themselves. But then this game between Brentford, I think Brentford will be too strong for them, obviously, because Brentford, they're an established Premier League team and they would run inside Sunderland, and I see that game being a 2-1 game for Brentford. Yeah. And the next game is Tottenham versus Bournemouth. Bournemouth is actually a tight game that people don't realize. Bournemouth have actually picked up points from Tottenham in the last 3 games that they've played together, but then Tottenham is in a very good form. Looking at what the coach is doing, the new coach Thomas Frank is doing a great job. They just defeated Man City, the almighty Man City, almighty Pep Guardiola, right? So it's going to be a very, 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 very tight game because I don't see Bournemouth, you know, being knocked out like just like that. But I feel Tottenham will come away with a 2-1 win from this game. It's actually going to be a very tight game. Don't get it twisted. But I see Tottenham winning this game 2-1. The next one is Manchester United versus Burnley. We don't know what to expect from Manchester United. That's the thing, you know. So it makes this prediction a little bit dicey for me. But then you would think Manchester United to beat Burnley. Like, it shouldn't be a problem. But when you see the problem going on in Manchester United, you would want to guess otherwise. But personally for me, I think Manchester United, they are going to get their first win for the season here. I think they are going to defeat Burnley to 3-1. I still see Burnley scoring because Manchester United, you know, they are a little bit shaky, but I feel they will get the win in this one. And the next game is Wolves versus Everton. Now Everton is flying, you know, with their new signing and Jack Grealish, and obviously they've changed their stadium, you know, and the fans, everybody is excited. They are wanting to do something great this season, and they are going to be playing Wolves. Although Wolves is a very, very strong side that you cannot just push aside, you know, but I just feel Everton will be able to do the job this time around. I think it's going to be a very close one as well. A 2-1 win for Everton. And the next game is Leeds versus Newcastle. Leeds versus Newcastle is also going to be a very tough game with a lot of the things happening around Newcastle, and you know, the Alexander Isak issue is still on the way. People are still talking about it. It has still not been reviewed even towards the end of the window. You know, they are still going back and forth with the issue, and it's affecting the Newcastle players. This, like, it a mess with their brain. You saw the game they played against Liverpool. That game, not just striker. If Newcastle had a striker in that game, I can tell you for a fact that they would defeat Liverpool. But it was a different ball game with Alexander Isak not in the team. You know, the players, they are not concentrating so well. Will it affect them for this game against Leeds? I don't think so. I think Newcastle will be able to, you know, push Leeds aside. being that they are a very strong team, but then it's football. You really cannot, predict right. But I'm going to give you my prediction. I think because Newcastle, they are playing away, so they are not going to be playing in front of their fans. But I'm going to say Newcastle will pick up the win here. I think they're going to defeat Leeds 2-1. This week I feel the margins will not be so big because everybody, they are going to be fighting for their lives, this season. So the next game is Nottingham Forest versus West Ham. Now, the last 3 games Nottingham Forest have played against West Ham, they've actually won, and West Ham, they are really in a bad shape this season, starting off with 2 defeats. I think they are rock bottom in the Premier League table. That's crazy for a team like West Ham, that have won the Conference League, and right now they are rock bottom in the Premier League. I really don't know. I really don't know how to give a prediction for West Ham, but I still see Nottingham Forest defeating them in this game. Nottingham Forest, they're quite strong. They're strong at the back and they have a very good attack. So I feel Nottingham Forest is going to come away with the win. It's going to be a 2-0 win because Nottingham Forest are playing at home, and I don't think West Ham is ready yet for the season. They need a spark, and with the likes of Kudos leaving the team, it just makes it worse for them. So I feel West Ham is going to lose this game 2-0. And the next game we have here, that's on a Sunday. It's Brighton versus Manchester City. Now, we're talking about Manchester United not being stable. Yes, Pep Guardiola and Manchester City, they are still not stable. Like, with what we've seen from Pep from last season, coming into this season, with the new signings, like when we're entering this season, we felt like, okay, Pep is going to be something different because it's a new season, everybody's coming back refreshed, but it's seeming different. It's seeming like the whole of Manchester is in the mud, Manchester United doing their own thing on one corner and Manchester City doing their own thing on another corner. But I think this, although it's a away game for Manchester City, but I feel they should win this game. If Pep Guardiola don't win this match, then there's fire on the mountain. So I see Man City winning this game 2-0. And the big one, the very, 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 very big one. Like, how do you bring Liverpool from playing Newcastle some days ago, and in the weekend they're going to be playing Arsenal? Like, that's crazy. Well, you see, this game is actually a very tight game. It's a battle for the tops, Arsenal wants to win the Premier League. Liverpool wants to retain their title, and it's going to be a very, very tight game. I think Arsenal has like an 100% record for this season, although it's just like 2 games down, but they've won those 2 games. Played against Manchester United and against Leeds. I think Liverpool is actually going to be the test to know if Arsenal are ready for this season. So this game is actually going to be a very, very tight game. If I would want to give my predictions, looking at how Liverpool play, right? I see Liverpool as that team that can nick in a win at any time. That's the problem with this Liverpool team, with their new signing Ekitike. Now everybody gets striker, right? Everybody gets striker, so there's no excuse. There's no like, Arsenal. Their excuse last season was that there was no striker, that they were creating chances, but then there was no striker to score the goals. But now you guys have Gyökeres, one of the best strikers in the world, like some people would say. And Liverpool also, they have Ekitike, and they're trying to bring in Isak as well, which is actually taking a long time to happen. But for this game, I see it as a very tight game, right? I see it as a very tight game, and I'm going to actually give Liverpool this one. I think they're going to win 2-1. Not because they are better than Arsenal in a way, because tell me, how can you be leading 2-0 and you concede 2 goals? They did the same thing in their first game of the season against Bournemouth, and they did the same thing yet again against Newcastle. So Liverpool, they are not so very, very, their defense is very weak with the likes of Van Dijk, So, but then I just feel that they have this willpower to push themselves to the end of every game, So I feel they're going to nick the win here against Arsenal, 2-1. A lot of Arsenal fans will not agree with this my prediction, but let me know your thoughts. What do you think? This is like the biggest game of the week, Gameweek 3, Liverpool versus Arsenal. So give me your predictions in the comment section real quick. And the last game for Gameweek 3 is Aston Villa Crystal Palace. I think this is going to be a very straightforward game. I think Aston Villa is playing at home, and they would want to prove a point to their fans. They would want to let everybody know that they are ready for the season. They haven't like gotten a great start to the season, but Una Emery and his boys, they would want to put in a lot of work into this game, and I see them nicking the win 1-0. I don't see too much goals in this game because Crystal Palace, they are very compact at the back. You know, when they played Chelsea to a 0-0 draw, you could see how they managed the game from the back. They were so strong, and you know, but I just feel that Aston Villa will be able to nick a goal from this game, right? So guys, that's my game week 3 predictions. I know a lot of you would not, agree with my predictions. And if you notice, they were not like 3-0, 4-0 prediction, because I feel this week is actually going to be a very tight week. The games will just be around 2-1, 1-0, 2-2, like very, very close. I don't see any team blowing any team away this week. And let's see if that's going to happen. But I really need to get your predictions, because I'm going to be checking it in the comment section. And we're going to come back again to this video to to score ourselves, to see how it did, I have a very good ball knowledge, and I know with this week prediction, you're going to trust me. You're going to, any prediction I give you take it and you cash it to the bank. But yet, I want to see your prediction. Make sure to leave a prediction, leave a like, and also make sure to subscribe to this channel. We are going to be coming up with incredible content that you're going to love. And let's do this. Peace.